You stay in the same routine, even after you promised yourself this year will be different. What if the thing that feels safest, your comfort zone, is the exact reason you feel stuck? In this video, I'll share 6 psychology-backed truths from classic research on performance, fear, and learning that explain why comfort quietly shrinks your life and the simple steps to break out without burning out. I discovered this the hard way when I realized I wasn't lazy. I was just expertly avoiding discomfort. I'd read, plan, and watch videos, yet my results stayed the same. Then I found something fascinating. Psychology has studied this for over a century. The Yerkes-Dodson law shows performance improves with some stress, but drops when there's too little or too much. So staying too comfortable can literally keep you below your best. Source: by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to leave your comfort zone in a controlled way, so you grow fast without panicking. Let's dive in. First, you need to understand the comfort zone lie, and this is where it gets interesting. Your comfort zone doesn't feel dangerous, it feels normal. That's why it wins. Your comfort zone is a familiar state where you feel in control and low anxiety. It's routine, predictable, and it's not bad until it becomes your whole life. Here's what's happening in your brain. Your brain is a prediction machine. Familiar equals safe. Unknown equals threat, so it pushes you toward what it can predict. That's also why comfort can feel addictive. The longer you stay there, the more outside starts to feel risky, even when it's not. So what do? Start simple. Define your comfort zone in one sentence. I stay comfortable by avoiding. Then pick one area where comfort is costing you: health, money, relationships, or a skill. Next, choose one stretch action that's slightly uncomfortable but doable in 10 minutes, and commit to repeating it daily for 7 days. Consistency is the exit door. For example, instead of "I'll become confident," try "I'll ask one question in a meeting today." Tiny, specific, uncomfortable, done. But that's not all. There's a sneaky bias in your brain that makes comfort feel smarter than growth. Most people don't know this, but your brain hates losing more than it loves winning. Psychologists call this loss aversion. In plain language, your brain feels the pain of a loss more strongly than the pleasure of an equal win. So even when growth could pay off, your brain screams, "But what if you fail?" This matters because comfort isn't just comfort. It's what your brain thinks you might lose if you try. You might lose time. You might lose face. You might lose the feeling of being good at something. Prospect theory from Kahneman and Tversky helped popularize the idea that we're wired to protect what we have, and that makes us risk avoidant in the exact moments we need courage. Source: here's how to beat it without hype. Stop asking, "Will this work?" and start asking, "What will it cost me if I don't try?" Then shrink the risk by doing a trial version instead of a life decision. A 7-day test, a 20-minute test, a single rep. Next, pre-plan what you'll do if it goes badly. If I mess up, I'll learn X and adjust Y. And finally, track attempts, not outcomes, because attempts beat avoidance. For instance, instead of quitting after one awkward gym session, log one win: I showed up. That win is proof, and proof changes you. But wait, even if you try, your stress level can sabotage you if you push too hard. This next part is crucial, because some people leave their comfort zone once, get overwhelmed, and run back forever. That's not weakness, that's biology. The Yerkes-Dodson law describes an inverted U-curve. Too little arousal equals low performance, moderate arousal equals peak performance, and too much arousal makes performance drop. Source: your body treats extreme stress like danger. Thinking gets messy. You stop learning, you freeze. But moderate challenge wakes up attention and focus. Your brain basically says, "This matters," and you get sharper. So here's the rule: you don't want maximum stress. You want just enough. Before a challenge, rate your discomfort from 1 to 10. Aim for a 4 to 6. If it's a 9, you're not in growth, you're in panic. And panic doesn't teach. If your number is too high, downshift the difficulty. Smaller audience, shorter task, easier version. Then repeat exposure until that same task drops from a 6 to a 3. Once it's a 3, you level up. For example, if public speaking is a 9, start by recording a 30-second voice note every day. Then a 1-minute video to yourself. Then a small group. Then a meeting. Then a stage. Now let's talk about something even more practical, because growth happens in a very specific zone. Here's where it gets fascinating. There's a simple model that explains exactly where learning happens, the learning zone model. It basically says you have 3 zones. Comfort zone is routine. Learning zone is stretch and skill building. Panic zone is overwhelm. Your goal isn't to be fearless, your goal is to be stretched. Source. And this connects to a bigger learning idea, the zone of proximal development, which is the gap between what you can do alone and what you can do with guidance. In normal words, you learn fastest when it's just beyond you, but not crushing you. Source. So how do you use that in real life? Pick one skill you want, then set minimum reps, not a giant goal. Something like 5 reps a day. Next, add guidance, a template, a coach, a tutorial, or a feedback buddy. Then keep practice sessions short so your brain doesn't label it as a threat. 10 to 20 minutes is enough. After each rep, write one sentence. What improved? That single sentence turns discomfort into progress. For example, if you want to get better at editing videos, do 10 minutes daily, copy one technique, and get one feedback note each week. That's how skills grow in the real world. You've already watched this far, so let me share the part nobody expects. The biggest benefit of leaving comfort isn't the result. It's what you start believing about yourself. This one changes everything. When you do uncomfortable things on purpose, you build self-efficacy. That's a fancy way of saying you build real confidence because you have evidence. Not motivation, not quotes. Proof. Self-efficacy is your belief that you can handle hard things, and it grows when you experience mastery, when you successfully do something challenging. Bandura's work on self-efficacy highlights mastery experiences as a powerful source of confidence. Your brain updates from maybe I can to I can because it has receipts. Source. So here's how to build it fast. Pick winnable hard tasks. Small enough to finish, hard enough to feel real. Set a finish line you can't wiggle out of. Send the email, do 10 minutes, post the draft, make the call. Then record your wins daily in one sentence. Today I did even though I felt. That sentence is powerful because it trains identity. And stack wins in the same lane for 14 days. That's how identity changes. Instead of trying to be disciplined, you become the type of person who shows up. And now, the final secret. Comfort doesn't just keep you safe, it makes your world smaller over time. You might be thinking, okay, but why does it get harder the longer I wait? There's a scientific reason for that, and it's fascinating. Avoidance is a short-term relief strategy that creates long-term fear. The more you avoid something, the more your brain believes it was dangerous. So the fear grows. Your world shrinks. And then you call it your personality, when it's really training. Exposure-based therapy research shows that repeated, safe exposure helps reduce fear over time by creating new learning. Your brain learns I can handle this. The inhibitory learning approach emphasizes learning new safe associations, not just waiting for fear to drop. Source. So what do? Pick one avoided thing that's shrinking your life. Calls, the gym, driving, dating, applying, posting content, starting the project. Break it into 5 exposure steps from easy to hard. Practice the easiest step until your anxiety drops by about half, then move up one step. And don't escape mid-exposure. Stay long enough to teach your brain the new story. Nothing terrible happened. I can do this. For example, if you fear networking, step 1 is commenting once. Step 2 is sending a short DM. Step 3 is a 10-minute call. Step 4 is attending a small event. Step 5 is starting a conversation first. And here's the bonus. Every time you do this, your comfort zone expands. You don't become fearless. You become experienced. You become trained. You become harder to stop. Let's quickly review what we covered today. Number 1, the comfort zone lie. Normal can be a trap. Number 2, loss aversion. Your brain protects comfort like it's survival. Source number 3, the stress curve. Your best performance lives in just enough challenge. Source number 4, the learning zone. Stretch, don't panic. Source number 5, self-efficacy. Tiny wins build real confidence. Source number 6, the shrinking world effect. Avoidance T. Reigns fear. Exposure trains freedom. Source, remember, growth isn't about being a different person overnight. It's about proving to yourself, daily, that you can handle discomfort. The only difference between stuck you and growing you is one tiny stretch action repeated. Don't wait until next Monday or when you feel ready. Start with a 10-minute stretch today. I promise you, 30 days from now, you'll look back and realize this was the turning point. If you found this helpful, hit like. It tells YouTube to show this to someone who needs it. Subscribe for more psychology-backed self-improvement content with simple stick figure visuals. And drop a comment. What's one thing you've been avoiding that's shrinking your world? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.